Which microphone is on? I don't even know. Turn that off. Let me see. Hello. I guess it's this one's on. This one's off. Mode is on. Hey, everybody. What's going on? Sorry, I've been working. Get this stuff out of the way. Where's my cell phone? Gosh darn it. Hold on a minute. As you can see, I'm organized. Have I got any iced tea in here? Yeah, I do. Gotta have my tea. Well, I thought that we would do another. Look at that. Huh. I don't know, you guys probably don't notice this kind of stuff, but I do. I noticed the picture on YouTube whenever I do a YouTube members only, whatever platform they're using here. I look bigger. That's why I thought I was. No, that's weird. Anyway, I had a couple of things. One is, instead of looking down here at the computer, I should look up here like I'm looking in your eyes. You'd think I'd know that by now, huh? One is the kitchen's done, finally. This so-called dishwasher that should have been plug and play, easy peasy, right? Not for me. The idea of getting down on my knees, getting up, getting down, bending over, reaching back. And remember, we had the tile floor put in. Well, when the old dishwasher was in there, that raised the floor out in front of that dishwasher probably a 1/4 inch, give or take. So I had to see about leveling the new dishwasher, and the back leg on the dishwasher has no access to leveling it until you pull the dishwasher out. And then you have to guess and then push it back in. And the dishwasher hookup kit did not come with this dishwasher. I don't know why, but it just didn't. So we had to get that. And then the wiring harness that was in the other dishwasher, because on our dishwashers here, they just plug in the wall, really, back behind the dishwasher. There was no plug. So I had to cut the old one off the old dishwasher and use it because it's kind of a funky plug, kind of like a washer dryer thing. It ain't a normal plug. Had to use it. And then, of course, the drain line and the water inlet lines, you have to have this little 90-degree brass thing that also did not come with it. So it was just multiple trips. Finally, I just went, or had Sue go there actually and get a complete Samsung hookup kit. I got tired of it. So finally got it all in there, got it all working, got it all level. That's the key to these dishwashers to work really right, is get them level. Got all that done. No leaks as far as I know. That's the only thing I really worry about is leaks. Because if it leaks behind it, it's not going to damage anything because our floors here are concrete and whatever, but still, you have to keep an eye on that. I don't want it leaking. So, but I let it set out for 2 or 3 days out in the kitchen. And I even run it through a cycle to make sure everything was okay. And I didn't see no leaks. So I think we're going to be okay. And another one was, I just want you guys to know this is members only. Remember that on this chat. You won't see 300 people here or anything like that. This is members only. And as of right now, we only have 6 people. So somebody sent me an email saying they like the idea of being members only. And I said, I'm willing to do that once in a while if you want to. I don't have a schedule for doing members only. I just kind of do it on a whim. I did it the last time, I think, on a Saturday. Saturday seems like a good time for me to do it. Sue goes to the grocery store and stuff on Saturday and goes shopping or whatever she's doing. And so I was sitting here editing a video for Monday, and I just thought, I'm going to go live. I got done out there. And I also cut a little bit of video for everything out there. And I don't know if I'm going to post that on YouTube because it's just updates of what we did. And it's really not that interesting, but I think I will put it on Patreon members and YouTube members only. And it just shows what we did, hooked up, the things we changed. And I'm going to sell that dishwasher we took out. I really hated to take it out because it always worked really well. It still does, but used dishwashers ain't worth anything. But hey, if I can get a little extra beer money, I'll do it. Or I may take the money and give it to the kids. And I also got two miniature refrigerators. One of them's a Magic Chef. I know that's a brand name. The other one, I'm not sure what it is. I don't even remember where I got it. The one's out on Lanai. I kept my beer in it out there because if I'm sitting out on Lanai doing a live or something like that, then my beer's right there. And the other one was in the garage where I work. So if I'm working on the car, if I'm, I don't know, doing something in the garage, I got me a refrigerator out there that I kept beer and Cokes and stuff like that in it. But if I keep this refrigerator, I don't need these two little refrigerators. So I think I'm going to sell both of them too. And what's a used little refrigerator worth? It's 4 years old. $50. They ain't worth much, really. And then I think I'm going to move stuff in the garage around. This leads in. See, whenever you upgrade around here, because we don't have storage here, really, that's really an issue. Storage in the house. You got to move one thing to make room for another thing. So I'm going to have to now move because where I want to put the refrigerator, that's really where a plug's at. And it would be out of the way. But guess what? I've got a shelf right there that's too low for the refrigerator to go in. So I got to move that and everything on it. My workbench is in a way. I got to slide it over. That's not a big deal. But the two metal cabinets above the workbench are made of steel. They're screwed into the wall and they're all full of crap. So I got to, move all that over so I can put the refrigerator in the corner and then reinstall all this stuff back up on the wall again. I had a hard time the first time, and that was when I was 5 years younger. I've been there for about 5 years, so I don't know. Life's hectic sometimes. Oh, somebody says something about my shirt. I don't know where Sue buys my stuff. It's a Christmas shirt, I think, because you see Santa Claus here? We had a meet and greet yesterday with an old friend. He come down here for the month of December. He rented a home here. And this was my advice. I said, you really don't need the lifestyle stuff. They're nice. There's nothing wrong with them. I said, but hey, to save yourself some money, I said, and I told him where to go. I said, just rent the house for a month. There's a golf cart there. Just rent it for a month. It's in a decent location. And so that's what he did. And so he'd been busy running around, checking everything. I think he rented a car. So he's running around, checking everything, going down to the new area, going up to Spanish Springs. He's just everywhere looking. And with I told him when you rent the house, tell the owner, even if they want to charge you an extra $50, which a lot of them do. I don't agree with that, but a lot of them do. Said to get the resident pass, the temporary resident pass. And I said, because when you got that, you can go anywhere, anytime, and do anything. And he said, okay. So he did. And my God, this guy, we had a meet and greet with him yesterday. We went up to square one and had a burger and a beer. And then we sat there for probably 2 hours. And he was telling us stuff he'd been doing. And I don't even know everything he'd been doing, but let's just say he's excited. He's been having a great time. He's from Northern Ohio. He wants to move here, but he wants to make sure he don't want to have to move 2 and 3 times. So he wants to make sure if he sells things there, that if he comes here, what he buys, where he buys, all this and that is going to be a one-time fit. So here's what I suggested to him before he bought the house. I said, do you have any idea where you may want to buy a house? He said, I have no idea. He said, I just want to check everything out. I said, okay. First thing you want to do is go to all 3 squares that we got right now. There is a 4th square. They're building it. It's not open yet. It'll be a while, but you want to check at least the first 3 out that we got. That'll be Spanish Springs, Lake Sumter, Brownwood. Kind of get to know the area. Drive around in your golf cart. Drive around in your car. I don't care what you take. And just kind of look at the area, get a feel for the area. I said, and when you see an area that you think looks like where you might really be interested in living in that area, there's a lot of other things to take in consideration Mr. Martin says his ass is cold. I understand. It actually got chilly down here, but I don't want to say anything because you're going to laugh at me. But anyway, um, I said, before you sell your house, try renting a house there for say 6 months, if you're or a year or whatever you can get the best deal on. And I said, I wouldn't spend a lot of money on a house. I would rent the cheapest, not the cheapest thing. You don't want to rent something that's in bad shape. Most of them are not, but I would rent something like a patio villa. Those are generally cheaper. 2 bedroom, 2 bath. That's all they are. A lot of them will come with a golf cart. And, just get one of them and try to rent it in the same area that you think you may want to buy in, because then you can get, after 6 months, you'll have a really good feel of that area. And by living there for 6 months, you might discover things you didn't know. And it may be good, it may be bad, but then at least you'll know before you buy a house. And so that was my suggestion to him. He knows Brownwood pretty well. That's where I'm at. But he doesn't know Lake Sumter that well. And he doesn't know Spanish Springs that well at all. So we'll see what he comes up with. I mean, he's been so busy today, for example. Is it today? No. Our Patreon lunch is going to be on the 20th and Wednesday night live for the Children's Wish campaign. Tell your friends about that. Open up your billfolds. Come to the WNL. But that's going to be Wednesday. So it's Monday and Tuesday. He said Monday and Tuesday, he's taking his 4-year-old grandson and his, I think, daughter and her husband, and they're all going to go to Universal Studios, take the kids down there and have a good time down there. And I told him, go. I said, make memories. This Patreon lunch, we have it every month. You'll come to him once in a while, sooner or later. He don't live here right now, so he can't. This would have been a good time for him to go for the first time because he happens to be here. But I said, damn, make memories with your grandson. That's a lot more important than coming to the Patreon lunch. So I wanted to read you guys something. You guys wonder sometimes why I get kind of grumpy when I'm doing port setting. There's things that's always on my mind and I can't get rid of them. I've always been that way when something happens to me or Sue or whatever that kind of irritates me. I have a hard time letting go of it unless I say something. And then I have an easier time letting go of it because I done said what I had to say. But in the long run, what? I just seen a message pop up here. Let me see. In the long run, no, it hurts my channel a lot. I'm not harping on that again. I'm not. I'm just telling you because I say things and other people take offense to it, and so they don't subscribe or they leave. And I'm trying to really curb my attitude a lot. Well, I got another one. What is going on here? Somebody by the name of Kevin. I'm not sure who that is. I mean, I know Kevin's, but I don't know which Kevin. It just says Kevin. Says, hi, guys. Are you free tomorrow around 10:30? He also sent the message to Sue. Like I say, she's shopping. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, I got a message here from Ron. That was a guy we had lunch with yesterday. Yeah. I don't, it says here, he says, feel a little anxious, doing dishes, cleaning the house. He's getting ready to leave. He has to be gone by December 30th because on 31st, most of these houses you rent, they want you to leave a day early. You're going to think, well, I rented it for the whole month. Well, no, the last day generally, like if you rent it for the whole month of December, you have to be gone by December 30th because on the 31st is when the house cleaning people come in to clean the house for people that rent it for January. That's fair. So if you ever run into that, don't think they're cheating you or anything. That's fair. Getting cleaning people in there sometimes can be, Kyle Rizzo. Hey, buddy. Mr. Rizzo, in case you guys didn't see porch setting Wednesday, him and his wife dropped by. We had no idea they were coming. He brought his canine dog that tried to eat me up. The dog acts like it wants to eat you up, growls and carries on, but it doesn't do anything. It just puts on a good show. I saw you buy luck. Been looking for Old Western. Still waiting on the notification. I don't know what Old Western is, Mr. Marlin. Is that an old movie or something? Yeah, I don't know how many members we have now because thanks to some members that I already had that are loyal subscribers of mine, and they actually, Jerry Bell's one of them. Mark Berry's another one. Phil B is another one. I mean, there's a lot of them. They actually, and I can't do it, but they actually gifted during a live. You have to do it during a live show, but they actually gifted. I want to say over the last few weeks or a couple of weeks, they probably gifted 50 memberships to people that interacted in the chat on those shows, and YouTube hands them out. Jerry don't pick them out and say, give him one, give him. That's a YouTube thing. You buy them. I say, I want to give 10 free memberships to whoever, and YouTube passes them out. But the secret is you have to not only be on the chat, you have to make comments on the chat. That's the only way that YouTube algorithm knows, oh, this guy's participating on the chat. We'll give him a free membership. If you're just sitting there reading everything and not making comments, then you can't get one of those free memberships. And I don't know if all of them been handed out yet or if there's still some to give out. I don't know. The Jerry and them, geez, like I say, I don't keep count. I don't know how many to give out. If I said 50, that could be true. I know it was a lot. And I want to thank both of them because they do a lot to keep the channel alive. The emails I've gotten in the last couple of weeks said you guys kind of like the idea of having members only live once in a while. I'll do that. I think Saturday seemed like a good day for me to do that because last one was Saturday, I think. And so this one's Saturday, and it's just good timing for me. Like I say, I'm just editing, and I got the dishwasher hooked up. He said, he's saying Kevin Jacques. He said, I know they were on a cruise, I think. And Sue said something to me yesterday about that. Jackie Brown, $50 super chat. Holy crap, Jackie. I can't bring that up for people to see, can I? Oh, yeah, you guys can see it. That's right. This is members only. I keep forgetting that. This ain't normal StreamYard where I can. Thank you so much, Jackie. What do you want me to do with that? You want me to give it to the kids? I will. I got no problem with it. I got a list. I got so many people to thank on the show. I don't really know what to do. I want the show to be good. I want it to be interesting for people. I want it to looky here. Hold on a minute. I don't know if I can get this on here or not. Hold on a minute. Oh, it said call ended. God, wait a minute. Let's see if we can embarrass him. Let's bring this on. I don't know if this will work here or not. I have to wear these so I can hear. Let me see. Where's it at? Let me back it up. The guy we had lunch with yesterday is going to rent a house and everything here. He's the one trying to call me. Recent. I know this is probably boring, ain't it? I'm sorry. I just think you get a kick out of it if it comes on. It's getting ready. Can you hear it? In the chat real quick.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Can you believe that?
6-1.
He just called me. And then I tried calling back and he shuts his phone off. What's going on with that? Why do people do that? Let's try it again.
Skip, I can't talk to you right now. I'm using my GPS.
Oh, you mean you can't get anywhere unless you got a GPS?
Yes.
Oh.
I'll talk to you.
Okay.
Okay. Call you later.
All righty.
Bye.
Oh my gosh. Somebody just give me another $50. Okay, Rizzo says for the kids. I'll get it, buddy. Let me write it down right now or I'll forget. You've been with me. You done see how I am. My memory is about whoops. Look at all this noise I'm making. My memory is about as long as you know that old saying, right? Oh no, that's not it. Yeah, here it is. Rizzo. Just come, I have to check, put all these together if I can, because some people have made like 2 and 3 donations and I'm trying to get it all together. Let's see, $50. I do things the old fashioned way, I know, but at least it gets done. Super chat. I got to put that on there too, because like I said, I get 70% of that. So super chat, but I keep notes because I usually take it out of my pocket to make up that 30% difference. And that's fine. That's just me and Sue's donation to go along with everything else. So I got a lot. I got a lot of people to thank. Last year what I done is I brought everybody's name up on the screen whenever they came in on the super chats and whatever, bring it up and thank them, blah, blah, blah. I got so many this year. I don't think I can do that. I just don't. So I think I'm going to do is I'm going to divide them up into little sections. And I'm going to read them. We'll do the show. Things are going on, and then I'll say, I want to bring you up to date. Here's some more donations I got, and I'm going to read them, maybe 10 or 15. And then we'll go on with a little bit of the show. And then I'm going to stop and then we're going to read some more and thank them and names and whatever. And I won't be able to bring everybody's name on the screen because it's just too many. And then toward the end of the show, and I hope this don't sound arrogant, I'm not, the higher amount of donators are the ones I think I'll have enough room to maybe bring their names up on the show. Does that sound arrogant? Should I not do that? Hey, the $2 donations to me are as important as the $100 donations. That all adds up. I just thought it'd be, kind of like building up. It's kind of like Jerry Lewis did. He always thanked the $1,000 donations from the whoever to $2,000 donation. But at the end of the show, he brought the fire guys on, and their total donations was $5 million. Remember all that? And that's kind of the influence I get is that. And so anyway, doing what I can do. Rizzo, thanks so much. Jackie Brown, thanks so much. I didn't ask for any of that on this, but by God, I'll take it and I'll give it to the kids. It doesn't bother me at all. But the live thing for members only, people seem to want to do that. I said, I'll give it a shot. We'll try it. I am watching the numbers to see how many people actually show up on the show on an average. I don't even know how many YouTube members I got. You want to know the truth? Can I find out? Let me look over here on my other screen. I can find out who is a member. I mean, that's one thing YouTube did for me that I really appreciate. Uh-oh. Oh, no, that's a different one. Never mind. Do you guys like my true or false or no? Here's my idea about the true or false. I get a lot of questions about that. They say, well, I wish you would do this. Most of them say, I wish you would pause before you give the right answer because we like to make a game out of it. My idea was not to make a game out of that. Here's the thing. YouTube has these shorts. You see everybody doing them now, shorts. The shorts, what those are actually for, people scroll through YouTube all the time. I get new members because of it. They scroll through YouTube. They're looking. They're not looking for anything particular. They're just scrolling through. And then they see a picture. They see a thumbnail. They see something. That's usually what gets their eye first is that. They see something. And so they stop and they click on it. And a lot of what the younger people are doing, and I'm trying to get a lot of the younger people in here, because I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say something's going to piss somebody off. Is how many old people are out there that actually likes to get on YouTube? I mean, really, I don't know. I do, but I don't think that the average old person does. I don't think they know how. So I got to depend on getting younger people. I'll say 55 years of age or less. They seem to kind of be more into the click of things. I'm not trying to say everybody. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm just saying as a big group, they seem to be more in the click of things. And, so that's kind of what I reach for. They go into shorts. They don't have an attention span like old duffers like me. I could watch a good movie for 3 hours. I could, and I have. The young people, the shorter the better. They ain't got time. They're too anxious about everything. So they go in for the shorts. Well, YouTube gives you 1 minute for a long short. Generally, they give you 15 seconds, but you can change that to 1 minute. And then you go in there and you do what you got to do. You got to hold the camera and you go, looky here, it's raining outside. And I've done those, as dumb as they might be. But the whole idea of them is to get people to come to your channel, maybe subscribe. I got thinking about it. I can make a better short for 1 minute that's maybe a little bit more interesting. And thus the idea of true or false. Looking for unusual things that are true that maybe people didn't know, or look for unusual things that people thought was true that really isn't true. And it's just fun for me. One of them, the controversial things, I got one of them, but it is true. I've checked it out with doctors. I've Googled it. You cannot get the flu by getting a flu shot. I know a lot of people think that they get sick, they have reactions or whatever, but you cannot get the flu from getting a flu shot, no matter what anybody tells you. I like to put them on there because I know I'm poking the bear a little bit with that, but it just fits the profile of what I was trying to do. A 1 minute short, roughly, and to get people interested in coming to the show. And I think the true or false thumbnail looks interesting enough to get people to stop and click on it one time just to see what that is. That was my idea anyway. And generally speaking, is this thing working? No. And generally speaking, my true or false, 99% of them only go to YouTube members and Patreon members. I think I've only put one. I'll have to think about it. One, maybe two on YouTube. The one I think I did put on YouTube was about Harold Schwartz. I thought it fit because my channel is about the villages, and Harold was the founder of all this. So I did put that on there. Don't know if I put another one on there or not. I might have. I just don't remember if I did or not. Okay, what was I looking for? YouTube members. That's what it was. How do I find that? I know I can find it, but I've seen it before. Oh, here it is. Memberships. Oh no, that just shows all the videos. I see that the last true or false you guys got was number 8. Before that was 7, then 6, and 4, and 3. So apparently you don't even have 5, huh? Oh yeah, you do. There it is, 5. So you don't have 1 and 2. I'm not going to give you 1 and 2. They were when I did them and I edited them, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was playing around with them, and I don't know. I just didn't really care for either one of them, so I just didn't post them. Okay, so 8. I got a total of like 16 of them done right now, and I just try to post them now and then. So where's my analytics here? Let's see if I can find how many YouTube members I have. That's what I originally was doing. Content. No. Analytics. So you got to find this stuff. And I'm not real good about remembering where everything is. Oh, God. Dashboard? All these names for stuff that don't make sense to me. Where we at? List of comments. Oh, I'm getting comments about the news here and there. They list them in order for us. Some lady's talking about a 24-hour vet clinic in Ocala. I'm here to tell you, there probably are some up there. I don't know all of them, but I can tell you that the college's veterinarian teaching clinic thing there for animals. Wow. Impressive. Okay. Members. And then I got a button here for subscribers where I can go through and see if you're a subscriber or not. I don't very seldom ever do that. There's a simpler way to do that. When people say things and make comments, I can generally go, if they have a YouTube channel, I can go check and see if they subscribe to my channel. And I started doing that. That's why you don't see me giving away maps and stuff anymore. We were sending them out to everybody for nothing. We were buying them and just sending them out to help the channel out. And then I got to checking. A lot of these people that were asking me to do them a favor, Be honest with you, they were subscribed to Jerry and Linda. They were subscribed to other people around here, but they was not subscribed to me. And then they'd ask me to do them a favor. And I just did a video said, if you're not subscribed, don't ask me for no favors. Well, that pissed some people off. Well, apparently I have 127 members now. I'm looking at it. I didn't realize I had that many. I must have got, oh, well, Jerry Bell and them gave a bunch of them away. Yeah. So if they gave 50 new members away, that's where I got 50 of them real quick. So thanks, Jerry and Mark. You guys are a lifesaver sometimes. So there's 127. So if they're all signed up, say for the $1 a month, 99 cents a month thing. So as of right now, by looking at that, that'll be $127 at the end of the WNL Wish show that'll go to the kids. And that's what this is how I do it. Okay. I got an email from somebody. A lot of times people don't like making a comment because they don't want other people to see it. So they send me emails. I'm going to do this on members only. I wouldn't do this on YouTube, but I'll do it on members only. And this person, I checked. This person ain't subscribed to me either. It's weird. But they always have these comments. And sometimes I take them, sometimes they just hurt my feelings. Here we go. Guy's name's Howard. As soon as it brings it up here, I'll read it to you. So this is some of the stuff I got to deal with every day. Howard Alspach, Alspach. You tell me how you say that. I don't know. Alspach says, have watched your show for over a year. Our favorite is the way you present the news and most of your comments. We love your candor. Okay. We think the WNL is very childish and self-serving for you and have discontinued watching it. Love your idea about after news. Howard and Nancy from Ohio. I mean, I'm reading that going, well, he just said a lot of nice things to tell me that my WNL show is useless. And so I sent him one back, basically. I sent him one because this one kind of pissed me off. I sent it back and said, self-serving, ? You're way off. I'm sure the Children's Wish Fund doesn't think so. And then that was the end of it. I didn't make no more comments, even though there was a few on my tongue, but I let it go. You tell me, am I reading this wrong? What do you think? Nobody else is seeing this, but just members. Nobody else is seeing this at all except members. And so I went and checked on this guy's site, and I didn't see my channel listed as as he was subscribed to me, unless he hid it. I think you have that option. You can hide your subscriptions, and I don't know why you would do that, but he may have. I don't know. Don't know this person. Never met this person. Could be the nicest person in the world. Maybe he has been following me for a year. I don't know. But for him to say as much work that all of us, a whole crew of us, put in on that WNL show and do this, and we give everything away. I don't keep a dime of anything on that show. Never have. You know as well as I do. When we get the super chats or super stickers, we buy the gifts to give away on the show. Matter of fact, for like the next show. You guys see it right here. Here it is right here. Another $100 gift certificate. We ended up getting like $125 super chats. By the time you take a 70%, $100, and we'll give that away. So I don't make anything on that show. And while the show's going on, it's demonetized. I always said, that's my gift to you for coming to the show. There's no commercials during that live show. I only monetize it after the show. So those that come to the show afterwards, they'll have to deal a little bit with the there you go. Sounds like my modulation sometimes fades away. Anyway, they'll have to deal with the commercials because they didn't come to the live show. I think that's fair. And if I can make an extra $10 on some YouTube commercials, I'll take it. But to say that self-serving, I don't get that at all. I mean, no matter how much work you do, no matter how much things you do to help anybody, there's always that one person that knows how to poke your button or poke my bear. So what do you think? I'm reading this wrong, or does this guy just sound like a dick? Maybe I gotta let it go. Get something in my name. I'm gonna have a heart attack one of these days. Mr. Marlin says, Skip, I feel odd saying I like your swords. Don't feel. Oh. Oh gosh, that's funny. That. Thank you. I needed that laugh. That's funny. It's a wonder Jerry didn't say that. Oh man. You were going to tell us why you were grouchy. That I'm just not reading it, KM. That there just kind of got under my skin. And I haven't said anything. I want to say something to that person so bad. Because when he says something like that, he's saying Linda wastes her time. She's self-serving. Judy doesn't care. WrestleMania that helps in the background. His wife, my wife, me, all of us, everybody involved with that show. The guests, Ira's worthless. All the guests that took their time to come on the show to give information. It's all self-serving. Okay. Elizabeth says, hey, everyone, just got done watching Skip's News. Well, did you like it? Was it good? Because the guy we had lunch with yesterday, he told me, and I've heard it before. He said, hey, he's about your news. He said, I love watching your news. He says, it's different. Nobody else is doing it. I like it. He said, but I got to tell you, he said, once I hear about a drunk driver in a golf cart or some drug kid living with his mom and dad, he said, that's it. He said, I've heard enough of it. He said, I hear it every week. And I said, well, I don't make the news. I'm just reading you the news. It isn't like, I said, if I took all that out, you know how much news you're going to get? Probably none. And so I showed him on my phone, because I save all the news and I put it in a file. I showed him on there and I said, look, here's what's going to be coming up in about 2 weeks. I know I'm behind on news. I said, but here's the stuff. Here's this day. And he looked at it. Here's the next day. Here's the next day. Here's the next day. The top 10 reports for that day is what I get. And every one of them, it's drunks, druggies, shoplifters, and these things. I don't like reporting that stuff either. But the difference is this is the stuff that's happening in the villages. I mean, you should know. That's all. You should know. There was a couple of golf carts stolen again. Some old person here in the villages, actually, he went to church and he physically attacked, I think, the preacher or some church member. Church, not when I say member, I don't mean people singing in the choir. I mean people that, I don't know what you call them, church associates. He actually attacked them, beating them up, and he got arrested and sent to jail. This is an old guy in the village is doing this in one of our churches. I don't make this stuff up. Wrestler says, I always hide the fact that I follow you, Skip. That's good. That's good. That'll probably help your channel out a lot. Matter of fact, if you'd announce that you don't follow me at all, you'd probably gain an extra 1,000 subscribers overnight. Oh, God. I'm getting a phone call again. I'm not answering it. I'm sick of it. People are always calling you when you're trying to do something. Do any of the original developers' families still live near the villages? That's a good question. They still have their family compound up there on 466, if you know about that. But I announced it like 2 years ago. I can't think of the guy's name. He's a big time contractor here that started many, many years ago. I think when Harold was even around, and he's made millions of dollars because of the villages. I think it's T&D Pool. I think that's who the guy is. I can't think of his name. But anyway, he owned a large horse ranch off of 301, I believe, over there somewhere. I took pictures of it. And it had an appraised value of something like $7 million, $5 million, some high dollar figure. Now, this is a horse ranch we're talking about. Now, if you guys don't know what a horse ranch is, Ocala's big on thoroughbred horse ranches. Now, we're fairly close to Ocala, but not real close. There's like several family homes on this ranch. It's not one, it's several. And of course, the heated barns and things like that. Now, you have to relate this to the polo field. and the action's going on over there. Those people need a place to put their horse. People that come to town, the leagues that come to town to play in the polo circuit need a place to put their horse and their rigs and stuff. And so he's got this field over there. Now, this is just me talking. And there was talk, rumor, and you know how I said rumors around here run wild, and I don't have no proof for none of it. There was a large rumor going around that the polo field in the Villages was going to be moved to this new property that the developer, the Morses, bought off of the guy that owns, I think it's T&D Pool, this ranch over there. And it was publicized. And also there was a big controversy about, there's nothing illegal about it, but it was just a controversy as what's going on. The land was appraised at like 5.5 million, 6.5 million. It was in the millions, but the developer bought it for like 1.1 million. And they were like, why would he do that? Why, this is a good old boy system. I've told you, tit for tat. Somebody owed somebody a favor. And I don't know, but anyway, and I haven't heard any more. And that's been a couple of years ago. The polo field's still there. The polo games are still on schedule. The developer owns that property. Nothing's been said about whether they're going to build a big, large family compound there and then sell off his family compound up here. I don't know. We're in the dark on a lot of this anymore because they just don't let anything out. So, you know what I know. Marsha says, I didn't get an alert about this. Yeah. I'm going to tell you, YouTube. I don't know. What has Jerry done? I see Russell saying, yay, Jerry. What'd Jerry do now? KM, who you talking to? I don't see a Howard on here. Oh, you must be talking about that thing I read. No, it wasn't Howard. I don't remember the name. Was it? I don't think so. Yeah, it was. I'm sorry. That's me. That's my old mind. I just had a brain fart right there. Howard, you're right. I don't know. I'm telling you, I'm lost on some of these. And I get these, I won't say every day, but every now and then I'll just get one like that. And I read it. Sometimes I just carry it around with me all day long in my head. I just go over it in my head because sometimes I think I'm reading something differently. Maybe they didn't mean it that way. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. When you read something, sometimes I can read anger in a message. You can feel the anger in their words. Other times I get something like this and I don't know how to take that. But I can just tell you my first instinct was it pissed me off because I don't care about me. You can insult me all you want because I got the big ban button. I could go and you're gone forever. But I hate it, and I've always said it's zero tolerance. I won't tolerate people insulting any of the people on WNL show because they volunteer their time. We don't get paid for this. And they take their time out of their day and night. Wrestler does. He works all day long. And when WNL comes, him and his wife both stay up late to help out with that. They don't get nothing. And to insult these people, to me, I'm just not going to tolerate it. And then when I get this, is he insulting everybody? And our favorite is the way you present the news. Most of the comments, we love the candor. We think that WNL is very childish and very self-serving for you and have discontinued watching it. How else can I read that? How else can I take that? Self-serving, very childish. I like to have fun. So if you want to say I'm being childish by having fun, that's okay. I'll take that. Self-serving? We don't get nothing out of that show. Everything on that show goes away to somebody else. And then this month it'll be for Children's Wish, and all my loyal people, I call them, they know that. Howard and Nancy. I don't know. That'll eat at me for several days. I guarantee you. And I got the show coming up, and I got to get that out of the way so I can do the show and have a decent time. Martin Donlin. You can't please everyone. That's true. You can't please everyone. But you know, if I watch something on TV and I don't like it, I just change channels. I don't go out of my way to look for a way of sending NBC a nasty note. I don't see the point. And on YouTube, they make it so easy. And I've made it easy on my email. Anybody in the world can get my email. I don't know if you guys saw it or not when Newsy came to my house and they wanted to interview me. They did it by email because my email is easy to find. And anyway, that's how I ended up doing that interview on Newsy. I didn't even know what Newsy was until Sue told me. I didn't realize it was a new type news channel. I had no idea. That shows you how up to date I am. Okay, what else we got going on? And then I'm going to say goodbye. I don't want this to go 2 hours. There's no sense in it. I know wrestlers got things to do. He has to take his wife out to buy tofu and stuff and meatless burgers. I like. Well, you know, I wear shorts all the time, and I think I've wore shorts now every day for over a year, except that time we had to go to Indiana for a funeral, and it was cold up there. That's the only time I wear shorts every day. I don't even think anything about it anymore. They're just shorts, and looks like kind of like shoes. Now I wear shoes. Sue wears flip flops. Well, I call them flip flops. They're really not. They're really a high end type shoe. You have to talk to her what they are. I don't know what they are, but it's a big thing down here. All the women's got them. That's here for a while. They don't like the flip flop thing, but they look like flip flops, but they don't do that. And they're all decorated. You know what I mean? Flowers on them and stuff. I know. I'm starting to go off the tilter here. Okay. And anyway, she's got bunches of them, and that's what they wear here 24 hours a day. Now, after dinner last night, because I don't keep an eye on the weather, I do know up north they're being hit with a lot of areas up there being hit with another major snowstorm. And, you know, I watch, I know, I see it happening. I'm just glad I'm not there, but I do feel for the people that are because I was there once. The nor'easters, the major storms that come down from Canada, I don't know, just I understand the freezing rain, the limbs fall off the tree, you lose your electricity, and good God, it's just a mess, ain't it? So I do watch. I know what's going on. There's nothing I can do except say I'm sorry that you got to go through all that. So anyway, let's move on. Held for review. What is that? Look at this. I got all kinds of comments here. It says held for review, and I don't even know why. Find joy every day. It says held for review. Harold was quite a good marketer and by all accounts, a good man. Well, why are they holding that for review? I'm going to okay that one. I don't. Oh, this is all on the news. The news. This is some of the held. I have to approve them because there's a word or something in that statement in their sentence that they put it for a hold. And I got to get better at this because I'm very bad about checking all these things. And this is on the news too. Just the recent news from Karen Stasic. I can almost tell you this is okay because I recognize the names. They've never done anything bad. So this week, my favorites were the parking issues. My favorite was sideways in the parking spot. Oh, you should be here sometime and see this parking. Who does that? I don't know, but they do it here. And how did you even do that? The one put inside, I don't know. You're asking questions I have no answer for. Those are good. I think this is my favorite show of the week from the Villages. So I got to say, some of it does make me a little anxious to have these under 55 people here, many of whom seem to be doing drugs. They do. Uh, yeah, I don't really like to be driving at night anyway, which is when a lot of these things seem to happen. Thanks, Skip. Now, that's your opinion. That's fine. I don't care about any of that. But why have I got to reprove that? There's nothing wrong with that statement, so I'm going to prove it. This is the crap I got to go through all day long. David Soul says, another person getting subscribers by negative news. Try harder. You are better than this. He doesn't like my news. But see, I still approve it because I don't care. He's not insulting anybody. That's his opinion, and I will approve it. I very seldom ever take stuff out unless it's personal attacks. Underneath him is Jim Shue says, Karen Stasic. Oh, he's replying to her comment. Says, me too. When I moved back in 2006, I found out my $5 area, the pizza drivers, something like that. I don't know what that means. Were getting robbed. I went somewhere, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to improve that. Barbara Ebner, and I can tell you right now, I'm going to prove it because I know Barbara. She's okay. Says, love the good old-fashioned parades. And for some reason, I have to approve that. Back to Badge. I can tell you right now, I'm going to improve it because I know him. And all he said is good stuff. Why do I have to approve that? Is somehow good stuff in the analytics is saying that he might be talking about drugs? I don't know. True or false is really good. And for some reason, I have to approve that. See, I sometimes wonder if YouTube doesn't abolish a lot of my videos by doing this kind of thing. Because if I have to approve it, maybe it's giving my video some kind of a negative review. And so they don't offer that to other people. Got to wonder. I really do. I sometimes wonder. Rick Anderson, extra news is always a good thing. I got to approve that. Cynthia, I see why I got to approve it. She said ass. Let me read it to you. Cynthia, I'll approve it because she's okay. Says an ass smacking is what you suggest a young man suffering for suicidal thought needs. She doesn't like the idea I said that, but hey, some of these people don't have mental issues. They're just spoiled brats, never had a job in their life. Trust me, I've seen them. I've talked to them. Every time police arrest a lot of them, this is a gimmick now down here. I've never reported it, but I'll tell you, this is members only. They arrest them, and then right away the guy goes, yeah, I'm thinking I don't care anymore. I think I want to commit suicide because they don't want to go to jail. They know if they say that, then that kicks other things in action. And it's just I need to go to the hospital. I don't feel good. I go to the hospital. They seem to think somehow going to the hospital stops him from going to jail. It's just a game. That person must be a tree hugger. Another person getting subscribers by, I read that. Corey on a good day. Corey on a good day. That's a funny YouTube name. Says, I'm a Christian in Water Oak. Howdy, neighbor. Why do Christian? She said Christian. Yeah, I don't like talking politics or Christian, and that's one of my keywords that I put in there. I put in Christian. Don't hate me. I just want to be able to prove these because if it's just something normal that they'd say that's not debatable or something, then I approve them anyway. But I don't want to get into a debate with politics or any of that kind of stuff. So you have to put keywords in there and it picks them up and puts for approval only where I got to approve them. I put the word Christian in there. So that's why. But I want to prove this because she didn't say anything derogatory. Walking and talking makes a good video. I don't know. Walking and talking. I'll prove that. Why am I approving these? I'm just letting you guys see the stupid stuff you got to go through. Thanks for keeping us informed about everything and not just the good stuff in the villages. I got to approve that. It says from Donji, it says, love these porch sitting sessions. have no idea why I got to approve that. Yeti Roger, Skip, thank you for sharing. I enjoy hearing all the antics. Y'all are loving it up. God bless. I got to approve. Oh, God. He said God. That's why I got to approve that. So you got to be very careful sometimes on just the little things that you say. Like I found out on one of my videos, I said something about a gun. I think I was talking about Shooter's World down here and how you can go down there and get your gun permit. That word gun, because of today's society, that whole video got blocked. So you guys never saw it, but that was an awful lot of work and an awful lot of editing, all for nothing. That's what gave me the idea about Patreon. I could put that video on Patreon and it get showed. I think I could probably put it on members only and it get showed, but on YouTube, I don't know. Karen Stasic said, always told my kids nothing good happens after midnight. Mostly, if you're out just running around. If you got a job to do, that's one thing, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about just out running around. Now I'm up that late. I get it. But if I was, it would be about to happen. I'm reading to myself here and drinking and drugs. Yeah, I get it. See, I don't have to. Well, she said drugs. That might be why I got to approve it. So I'll approve that. Good show, Skip. I shouldn't have to approve that. It should be okay. Mel, I guarantee it's okay. Again, thank you. Porch sitting was very enjoyable. Wish I could catch you live. Just inconvenient. Hope your back feels better. Why do I got to approve that? Bill 6733. Skip it, Sue. Keep up the good work. I don't know. See, I sometimes wonder if somehow, for some reason, and I don't know what's going on because I don't understand all the analytics settings and stuff that I can do. I know some people have got it all figured out. I don't. If somehow, some way that actually that I'm being dicked with, somebody at YouTube has decided that we don't really want to push that kind of nonsense, Hey, Sue and Skip, this afternoon looked like a sunny day today in the villages. I don't know why I got to prove that. Now, here's one that's going to get gone. Girls chat here. Well, that one's gone, and that one is going to be blocked. They'll never come back. Angela, I can't even begin to pronounce that last name. I got a lot of people in foreign countries that watch the videos just for entertainment value, I suppose. Well, they might be thinking about moving here. I don't really know that. And I'm sorry, but I just can't pronounce their last names or whatever. And I'm not trying to make fun of them. When I'm laughing, when I try to say a name, I'm laughing at me because I'm looking at that going, I know I'm butchering this up, but I have no idea. MANGIARACINA. You tell me. Thanks for sharing recommendations, being very news as always. Good to have a starting point on who to call. Oh, that's what video is that on? That's on an old video. Yeah, Sue and I done a video out in Lanai. Gosh, I don't even know when. The date's not on it, but it's anyways. It's called the video is called The Villages. Who do we call? Who do we get? Who do we use? And we gave out phone numbers, names of companies, our opinions of them, and everything because people are always saying, "Who did your driveway?" Be honest with you, I get tired of answering them questions 50 times. It's the same question. And it follows up with, hey, we enjoy your videos. We've been watching them for years. We watch all your videos. And then they say, who did you get to do your driveway? My mind says, you don't watch my videos. I've done 6 videos talking about who we use. If you watch all my videos, why are you asking me this question? See, I get paid for you to watch videos. I don't get paid to answer questions. And I don't want to sound like I'm being a dick. I'm not. So generally what I've gotten around to doing anymore is somebody sends me a question saying, hey, who did you get to paint your driveway? Who did you use to put the gutters on the house? I take a link to these videos now and I send it to them. Go watch the video. I make a little money. You get your information. But anyway, I'm going to approve that one. Are you getting bored with this yet? I mean, let me go back to the chat. That's what it's all about, talking to you guys anyway. Skipper, you sure you live in a live in a retirement? Man, I'll tell you what, Jerry, you got to wonder. You're living here now. You see it. a daily use around here. Daily use around here is like, it's great, really. There's nothing going on, ever going on. And I don't know when all this stuff happens. It happens randomly, I know, here and there. I'm never around except that one time. I took that midnight drive in my golf cart down to Brownwood to show people how safe it is. That was the whole crux of that video, was showing two things, really. How busy the town squares can be between 5 and 9 p.m. 9 p.m. is when the bands stop. And at, say, 10 o'clock, an hour later, look at this. All the businesses are closed. Town's empty. Nobody's here. It's very quiet. And it's very safe here because I took the golf cart ride and drove around. I didn't come out in a video and say, I just want to show you how safe it is. I just assume people watching the video would get the idea or get the feeling I'm trying to put out there, how safe it is. I didn't, because I got emails, not say email. I got the hiccups. I got the comments saying, Skip, be careful out there because, you never know what's around that bush or whatever, And if you're talking about bears and lions and tigers, I understand. But the point was just how safe it is. There's nothing here going on. And what we see in the news and hear in the news, I'm telling you, it's just nitpicking over here. And the reason why I think all news does that is because that's what attracts the most readers. It's just like politics, and I'm not going to talk about politics. Do you ever wonder why do all these news people keep talking about politics? It's because that's what everybody wants to go hear. They're not talking about the guy over there that just saved an old lady's life. I mean, it happens, but you know what I mean. They're not talking about the lady over here that's been cooking food for her poor neighbors for the last 20 years and just gives it to them free because that's just what she likes to do. You get them reports once in a great while, but not regularly. But what do you get regularly? Every single day. Politics and stuff like that, because that's what people really want to hear. So they follow your wants. I'm kind of the same way. I'm following your wants by watching my analytics. Example, and the guy we had lunch with yesterday, he even brought it up about I said, I know a lot of people like for me to do this or they think I should do that and all this and that. I said, but be honest with you, it doesn't help my channel grow. And all these things you guys are talking about doing, I've already done it in the past several times probably. And I give up on it because you're not watching. He goes, oh, I just think it's great. I said, yeah, but you're one person. You're not 25,000 people. And I said, that's the game. I can't make a video and spend all this time and money doing it because one person liked it. I'd love to do that, but I don't have enough time in the day to do that. It's just like that guy there thinks my news is terrible. Now, does he think I'm going to quit because there's only one person so far that said they didn't like my news? And that's his opinion, and I approved it. You saw me. That's fine. It'll be on there. I don't care, but I'm not going to change. Now, if I had on one news report, if I get 10 or 15 people saying the same thing, man, I didn't like this news at all. You got to stop doing this. This is terrible. I'm going to quit watching because of this. I don't like it. Then I'm going to look for something else to do because I'm not trying to drive people away. I'm trying to get them to come in. But I don't. I'll get 100 people saying they love it. I get one person that says he doesn't. That one person's vote don't count. If that sounds terrible, I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. So I said, just like the tap dancing, I said, you don't know how much time me and Sue put in that. That was probably a week's worth of getting the video. And we went over there. We was there basically all day. The whole 2-hour class she had was one. Then we did the walk out in the nature trail. Then we went up and had lunch. And that's 3 videos that I did right there. It was all the same day. We was there all day. I said, then when I edited that tap dancing thing, because she was trying to get her class to grow. So I felt obligated to try to do the best editing job I could do on that video. She was playing music in that class. If you listen really hard, you can barely hear it. I have to really get it to the point where you can't hardly hear it so the analytics don't kick it out. And I had to find music that kind of fit. And sometimes you can spend hours going through all kinds of different music to find that one that kind of fits. And so I did, and I edited it and re-edited it, and I had Sue, look at it, and I said, "What do you think?" And we both came to the same conclusion before I posted it. That's good. I think we'll get a lot of views on that video because it looked good. It was interesting. Her history was interesting. That's good. And we put it up. 2 days later, 1,500 views. That was it. I was so disappointed. And when you go by your analytics, that tells me that the majority of the people that come and watch my videos don't want to watch that stuff. So will I do another one? Probably not, as much as I hate to say it. So when somebody says, well, you should now go out and get a video of somebody in a beginner class so we can compare the two, the odds are it ain't going to happen because you're not watching. When I say you, I'm talking about the whole you, not just one or two people. See, Mylan likes it. I thought it was good. I really did. I thought, I may not be interested in tap dancing. Trust me, I'm a fat guy, so I'm not going to be doing no tap dancing. But I just thought that as entertainment value goes, it was pretty good. WrestleMania says we are expecting up to 18 inches. He says a precipitation. I love that. These college kids, precipitation. Why don't you just say snow? Per the long range forecast by WNL Nights. Oh, so hopefully your WNL or your Wi-Fi, hopefully all of our Wi-Fi is working. See, wintertime down here for me, the Wi-Fi is kind of, I haven't had any trouble with my Wi-Fi for a long time. I haven't. And now the snowbirds are here. Things get kind of backed up. How do you put it? Overstressed. I don't know. It's kind of iffy. I can only hope for the best. Hopefully it is not snow. Oh, you don't know yet. I see. If I did not show up at WNL, you will all know why. Snow day. I don't give a damn if it's snow day. You're expected to be there, bud. Be there. No tofurkey this year. We are looking for veggie sphincters. Oh, God, you people in Pennsylvania are sick. To party Wednesday. We're not partying Wednesday, Mr. Kyle Rizzo, unless you got a party to go to. Are you, oh, I thought you said about Patreon. Maybe not. I don't know. I was going to say the Patreon lunch is Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday. KM says the ice can do more damage than snow. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, WNL, Jerry put it on there December 21st. That's Wednesday. And then I'm pretty sure the 20th is the Patreon lunch. And by the way, those of you on here that are Patreon members, it's pitch in. That's what we always call it in Indiana's pitch in. Carry in. I don't know what else people call it because Linda said she's never heard of a pitch in. She didn't know what that was. I said, oh, you California people, you're all so silly. I said, just bring a dish. Bring something. That's all. That's what that is. Martin says that Georgia is going to be in the teens next week. What part of Georgia? We're not calling for that. Let me see what we got. I know we got the cold snap. It was chilly. Oh, that's what I'm going to tell you. We left the restaurant last night after having a meet and greet with Jerry. We went outside. I had my shorts on, not thinking. I always have them on. I had to have no jacket. I had this shirt here on, short sleeve shirt, and it's kind of very light, silky kind of material. Walking outside, I don't know what temperature was. I told Sue, I says, damn, it's cold out here. I feel like I need a jacket on. And as we're leaving the parking lot, we took the car. I turned the heater on in the car. I think it was, I want to say it was in the low 50s. I know. But when it gets down in the 50s around here, we're cold. I'm looking for the weather for next week. Oh, wait a minute. I just saw a new message from Jerry Bell. Let me get back to it again. Where's it at? To do. Bill Bruno sent me one, says, good one, Skip. I don't know what I put up there. But anyway, he says, see all my fellow patrons next week at the Patreon lunch. Yes, you will. I think maybe a new true and false came out. That might be what he's referring to. I had a message on it for somebody. Who was it? It's from Jerry Bell. I seen it. There it is. Oh, Cherry Delight. Let me see what he says about that. Sue makes that for me once in a while. Can you have Sue send me the recipe for a Cherry Delight? Well, if you're going, you're a Patreon member, Jerry? Or it makes no difference. Don't say. I don't care. If you're a Patreon member, you'll see her. If you come to the Patreon lunch, and she'll just give it to you. But yeah, I'll send her this. Matter of fact, let me forward it to her while we're sitting here, to Sue. Where's that? Right there. Send. Bang. I sent it to her. I'll let her answer you. I also give you her email address when she does. And then anytime you have any more girl questions, Jerry, like you'd like to know what, size pants you ought to be wearing, or what kind of shirt makes you look better than others, what color makes your face features look well, you can conversate that with Sue, not me. I know. You guys think that's awful, don't you? See, that's the trucker world I lived in. We harassed each other all the time. I'm going to the Patreon to find out what a new Patreon member. Who was that? Steve somebody. Where's that? Oh, Vic. Vic's a new Patreon member. Thanks, Vic. I don't know if he's on here or not. Oh, I thought I had a new one. No, I don't. It says here, Steve Vincent has deleted his pledge. But sometimes that's not right, because what people do is they upgrade or downgrade. They'll go from 10 to 5 or 5 to 15. And so what they do is they have to delete the 5 to go to the 15. And so then I get a message saying that this guy deleted a $5 pledge. You have to go into it and find all this stuff out. Why do they make things so difficult? Oh, 1 hour ago. Yeah, that's what that is. Bill B saw it was a true or false. Which one is it? What number are they on? Did I put that on here? Maybe I didn't. I thought I did. Let me see. Come on. Well, I don't see it. I didn't put a number. I did put a number, but it's not on here. Okay. Well, anyway, that's why he's commenting on that new true and false that came out. Which I kind of like doing them. I mean, I learn stuff too when I go through these different Google things and find this stuff. I just type stuff in there to see what comes up. Probably on the Wish show. There's a lot going on the Wish show right now. There might be 2 or 3 games. It's all going to be the same game. I have to come up with a simple game so we don't have to go through a lot of explanations of keeping score and all that kind of stuff. And the girls arguing back and forth. And I'm sitting here wanting to go to the next question to keep the show going. And next thing you know, I got to butt in. And then somebody gives me a nasty comment saying, I wish you would quit butting in. Well, I'm butting in to keep the show going so it doesn't go 4 hours long. And keeping these girls in line sometimes is a bit difficult. So anyway, I got one game we're going to do. Very, very simple game. And that way, if I decide to give other stuff away, which if we have time, I'm going to, it'll be the same game. And it's going to be a game where only 2 players per game. So the first game I might say use Sue and Linda, do a game. And then the next game I might use Jose and Judy for a game. And if we have time for a third one, then I might use Judy and Sue, just 2 people. back and forth. Don't need to keep score or any of that kind of stuff. So we're going to do that. And I got everything to giveaways right here. Got stacks of stuff over there that I bought. I had some extra money left over on the Patreon thing. And so I just bought a bunch of stuff from my store. And that's the stuff I'm going to give away. Eventually, I'm not saying all on this show, but eventually. And then, of course, I got the gift card up there that the super chats and super stickers paid for. Now, in this month, all super chats, all super stickers on that show, I want to keep reiterating that, is going to go to Children's Wish Foundation. None of it is going to go for January's prizes. None of it is all going on the Children's Wish Fund's total amount. Somebody says, are you going to announce that total amount at the end of the show? You'll know at the end of the show about where we're at. I can't give you a total amount because every year it seems like there's always late checks that come in the mail. They get them in January sometimes. So we're going to give it a reasonable length of time to make sure everything gets here. And if it gets here, then we'll add that to the total amount. And then, in a video or something or a live thing I'll do, we'll let you know exactly. Well, you'll see the video when we take it down there and give them a check. You'll know exactly what it was. And I'm really hoping we get to that 5,000. I mean, I hate to say something one year and then not be able to do it, but who knew COVID was going to come around, right? Who knew the economy is going to be the way it is now? But I got to tell you, I've been really impressed by some of the donations we're getting. It's just outstanding to me. Okay, let's look back over here and see what else I've got to approve. J.M. Stouter says, "Oh, great God." That's why it got held for review. He said the word God. I don't know what we would do without you there to tell us about every deviant happenstance that occurs. Happenstance. Is that a word? Happenstance? Who else would tell us? This is so bad. No one else wants to talk about it. They don't. They don't. And just like David Soul up there, you see, he's one of them. Another person trying to get subscribers by negative news. I'm not. I'm just reading the news. I'm not creating anything other than the video. Anyway, I'm going to prove that. But that's why it was held, is that word. I have no problem with it, but the analytics does. Peachy K. You know what that? Peachy King. Does everyone have a problem VA loans as well? Problem VA loans as well? I know that VA loans happen here. I'm just answering that because I read it. I do know that VA has very strict things about it, about a loan. And one of them is gutters have to be on a house, which is not a Southern thing. Most houses here do not have gutters around the house. There's some other things about the VA loans. I don't know. And so even on the brand new homes, I think most brand new homes, the developer will not. Don't quote me on this, but this is how it used to be. The developer will not sell on a VA loan because of that. Because even his brand new homes don't qualify for VA loans. They say, well, you got to have gutters all the way around. They don't do that in the South. They don't have them here. And right away, that rejects. So you got to put gutters on there. Now, in time, things change. I mean, I don't know what it is now. I bought my house 8 years ago. Do they do it now? I don't know. Maybe they do. I haven't applied for a VA loan, so I don't know. But I do know I got a neighbor that sold a house, and he did sell it to himself. He sold it. He did sell it to somebody that applied for a VA loan, and he said, sure. He told me when I met him after all this was done, he told me when I met him, he says, I will never sell another house under a VA loan. He said they wanted me to put $30,000 in an account for a guarantee of some of this stuff. And they wanted to hold on to that for so many years that if anything, these things happened, then they were going to take that money to make sure that they were taken care of or something. I forget how it all worked. I said, you got to be kidding me. He said, yeah. He said, I will never sell another house under a VA loan. So the problem is not us and VA loans. It sounds like to me the VA loans has gotten too many strict rules about them. And it says here, it says, I'm a retired veteran under the age of 55, 47, and I don't understand the age discrimination. Well, first of all, there is no age discrimination in a retirement community here in Florida. I know a place where there's different rules under different communities. You have to check these things out. We are considered a 55 plus community, but then there's exceptions in that ruling. And I don't know how this gets set up. I got a feeling somehow there's different 55 plus structures. And if you're going to build your 55 plus community, you have to pick out one of these structures to be approved for. And that's what we're approved for here. On top of the world is 55 plus. That means nobody under the age of 55 can buy a house there, period. And I understand that if you're under 55, you're not living with mommy and daddy either. They don't allow it. There's a certain amount of time you got to go, and they keep a tight look on that. That's their rule. That they have that right. They're not age discriminating. And I don't really like those kinds of things. And people always, they don't get their way. They start throwing things out there. Well, that's age discrimination. No, it's not. Never has been. Well, you're racist. No, not necessarily. You know, I get tired of that kind of stuff. But here it's 55 plus. And what that originally was, one person living in the house full time, doesn't say anything about buying, living. So see, rental property in the house full time had to be 55 years of age or older. The exception in that is anybody 19 years of age or older could live in a house. It doesn't say rental, mom and dad, it just says live in a house full time if you're 19 years of age or older. And it's just like our swimming pools. All adult pools that I've ever seen are, well, they call them neighborhood pools, but that's the adult pool. It's a sign right there. Anybody can go in there, resident and their guests only, sign says so, with your guest pass and your resident pass, along with proper ID. That would probably be driver's license to show that this guest pass is this person. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be 30 years of age or older. And there's always that little amount of people that always takes them rules and they twist them and they go, well, I'm 29. Well, that's not 30. You know what I mean? Or, well, I got your guest pass. Where's your ID? Well, I didn't know I needed ID. And it even says right on the guest pass, I've seen them. It says proper ID with this. But, you know, it's just the way this stuff, it's just the way it works. So at 47, you can buy a home here. There's a certain amount that they allow. That I can't tell you. You have to talk to a realtor about all that. But I guarantee if you want to buy a brand new house, that developer's office is down there. Somehow we'll make it work out. Dismindy. Well, that menu looked good. Sawgrass looks like what? Oh, that's the video where Sue and I went to Sawgrass's grand opening, which I didn't plan that. It just happened to be. Southern Oak store, but that leaves something new for me to explore. Yeah. Now, why do I have to approve that? Some of these approval things is just. Joseph Dillon says, damn. That's why I have to approve that one. He said, damn. Damn. You can install the dishwasher yourself. Any questions? Just YouTube it. I tell a lot of my customers that. And I am a plumber. Sometimes I think people just they don't get it. Or maybe I'm not explaining myself right. It isn't the work. I know how to install a dishwasher. It's the physicality of it. My old joints, my bones, my back, my neck, and they ain't flexible anymore. So to getting up, you know, used to when I was a kid, I'd get on my knees and crawl around, do all this and stuff. All of a sudden, one day, and I don't know when it happened, all of a sudden, now when I get on a hard floor on my knee, it hurts. I got to put a pad down there to put my knee on. And all of a sudden, the idea of me just getting up like I used to, now I'm looking for something to get a hold of to get up. I mean, that's the problem. But I'll approve that. Becky Forbes. Dang, Skip. I was hoping you would have shown a photo of your burger. You know, I get that once in a while. I understand. I'm not a food review channel. I'm a villages channel. So I don't really think about doing that. Sue and Deb is the one that did the two forks up. And now that Deb don't live here, Sue don't do them anymore. She's thought about doing them with somebody else, but she said something on Porch Sitting once about if anybody be interested in doing it, you know, send me an email or let me know. And she said, I'll get together with you and we'll see if we can't work something out. And I don't think anybody ever emailed about it. So she just don't do it anymore. And I just happened to be there. And while we were there, it's a grand opening thing. I had never been to, what is it called? McGrady's. I've never been there. And I said, well, let's go in here and see what it's all about. Cause I'd heard it was very pricey and, you know, but I felt like if I nothing else, I owe it to my viewers to show the place the best that I can. And so I did. And I talked about the burger and everything. And the burger was, I think it was overpriced, but you know, I don't know. I think the burger and fries was something like $18. That's a bit high for me, I think. But anyway, it's not going to kill me, but I got that. The craziness of it was the beer. $7.50 for a glass of beer. That's nuts. You know, I don't know what's going on there, but that's nuts. I just went over to Square One last night and I drank, you know, Yingling there in a glass, and it was $3 a glass. Now, it's the same beer. It's the same distributor. What the hell? I mean, this is how my mind works. And that's what I'm talking about is that. I'm not talking about the beer itself. I'm talking about why is this $7? It's nuts. Okay. Chumbawamba. There's a good YouTube name. Chumbawamba. Meretisas is a glittering jewel of colossal ignorance. I wonder how much of federal income taxes paid by village residents find their way into government safety net programs that her family currently enjoys. I have no idea what this person is talking about. So see, that what I just read there, that would create so much controversy on the channel about politics and who knows what else. And it would all be pointed at me because I put that on there. They think that I would put that on there. And a lot of people would unsubscribe because they don't like what my subscribers are saying. So that one's going into the trash can and it's gone. I'm explaining a little bit as how this works with me. Gringo Loco, I'm going to prove this without even reading it, but let me see. Gimme, gimme, gimme. The cry of today's generation. Boy, that ain't no kidding. I have a favorite word for the new generations. Give me something for nothing generation. You know, I'm a baby boomer. Then they got Generation X. These are give me something for nothing. Oh, Dan. Dan didn't like it. He's giving me a nasty comment, I think, because I never said anything. He says, spoken like a true Trump-loving Republican. I'm not sure who he's talking to. He might be responding to Gringo Loco because that's right up underneath his comment. But I don't really want to approve that comment. Not that I care what he thinks about me or whatever, but I have never said I'm Trump or anything. And I'm not going to allow anything like that because, see, that's a direct insult pointed at somebody, and I'm not sure who. Spoken like, he's talking about somebody spoken like a true, what video is this on? It doesn't even show the video. Oh, it's a comment on, I see, it's a comment on Gringo Loco. That comment was on the Villages News on November 25th. And Dan is responding to Gringo Loco. I wonder if I can do away with his comment and then post Gringo Loco's. Let me see. Okay, I did. Dan's went in the trash. And I approved Gringo Loco. Wise Christian Channel. His stuff gets blocked on my channel all the time because of his name of his channel. It's got the word Christian in it. And I usually approve all of them, even though I don't agree with probably half of what he says. I don't, but I approve it because it doesn't hurt anybody. Says, nice video, Skip. What's you? Oh, he's talking about when I toured Christopher Villas, the people from Lake Charles, Louisiana, came here. Guy that had the beard, super nice people. Nice video, Skip. If you done a good job as always, if I was purchasing, I would want granite countertops throughout and upgrade the flooring. Looks like they went cheap on this one. Well, they have. I'm just answering questions, but they have. Every model is different. You choose what you want, and if you want to have a custom home built where you want to pick everything in there, you can do that too if your checkbook's big enough. But I got a feeling that if you come down and decide what you want or what you think you want, you're going to find out the price tag is pretty big, and you might change your mind. And that's what you got to do down here. You have to decide. I really like granite. We had granite in our house in Indianapolis. I like granite. But down here, we have learned that maybe we can do without granite for a while, and we'll do other things. We had carpet in the house when we first got it. We knew eventually that was probably going to have to go. But I said, we paid for it. I want to wear it out first before we upgrade. And then we did. So sometimes you have to just kind of decide on the price of stuff. You're going to find out the price of things like in Kentucky ain't necessarily going to be the same price of that same item here, or labor cost. So, yeah, I'd like to have granite countertops in our kitchen, but one thing leads to another. If I have granite countertops put in my kitchen now, I got to change a lot of shit in there. Whoops, sorry. Again, means the sink's got to be changed. The faucet will have to probably be changed. All that's got to be changed. He had this glass tile put on the backsplash. This countertop has a backsplash. That tile comes down to that backsplash. You get granite, generally speaking, granite just against the wall. We're going to have a 4-inch empty place there. And we're going to have to try to get this glass tile to match to bring it down. You get bumps. It just gets into problems. But I'm going to prove that. I don't care. Vicky Lee says, good news update. I'm going to approve it. Rachel T24 says, another good one. I'll approve it. I don't know why I got to. I'm always dumbfounded by this. To the young lady that seems to think she deserves to be in the villages, well, honey, get a job. Oh, I know what that is. There was a lady who sent a letter into the editor, actually, and said that the villages needs to have young people in here, and they need children here because when us old people die, who's going to take over? Said, we deserve to be there. She kept saying that. We deserve to be in there, and we shouldn't be kept out. I guess you just didn't get what a retirement community is. Okay. Oh, she even posted a thing on her. She said, here's a hint. Here's dozens of jobs that are available at the villages. Maybe start there. I'm going to approve that. Oh, and Dan did it again. Spoken like a true mega Republican. Dan, I keep blocking you. And if you're going to keep doing this kind of thing, I'm going to find it. I'm going to leave that on there because I want Dan's name. I'm going to see if I can put him in YouTube jail. I've never put somebody in YouTube jail from the comment section. I'm going to leave that there for a while. I'm not going to deal with Dan doing this to everybody. Says, thank you, Skip, for a good one. Okay. Laura Lamp. My parents passed away 25 years ago. Mom 97, Dad 2 months ago. My sister and I are in the process of driving up to Dad's financial assets now. We're dividing it up. Well, if you ain't got no argument, that's no big deal. I was Dad's executor, and Mom passed first, and Dad went. And I'll tell you what, we had that living trust, and it just made everything easy peasy. It was no big deal. Well, you had to wait to get things done, but I mean, other than that, it was no big deal. I could do whatever I wanted, any way I wanted, but I just followed his wishes because they were his. So we're going to approve all them. Oh, I asked what a giblet was. Somebody was talking about turkey dressing or something was made with giblets. I'm looking to see, What the hell is a giblet? Is that the balls of a male turkey? I didn't know. And Laura's answering here. Says, in a turkey, the giblets are the heart, liver, and gizzard. My mom used to make giblet dressing and giblet gravy for Thanksgiving. Yeah, there you go. See, I didn't know that. Hey, really good job. Thanks, Virgil. Oh, I'm saying thanks, Virgil. And he's probably not even here. See, I'm used to doing porch setting. If you have an Advantage plan, you do not have Medicare. You have a commercial insurance plan that profits by managing your health care. Medicare is a federal government plan. Huge difference on how the program operates. Well, Mike, you commented on Craig Morrison's video. I had him come to the house to get everything on video properly because his Wi-Fi really sucks. And so you're I don't know if you're mad at him. I mean, I don't know how I'm reading that. I kind of read like you're frustrated with what Craig's saying, but I'm going to stand up for Craig. I'm going to prove that, but I'm going to stand up for Craig. I'm telling you what, he is one of the smartest guys when it comes to Florida insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, any of this kind of stuff, transferring stuff from one state to another to this state. I've seen him do some things that even the people told me. Everybody told him that it couldn't be done, and Craig got it done. He's a very smart guy. He knows what he's doing, but he's so busy. His one flaw, and I got to tell my people because I'm not a liar about anything, is that he is so busy that you may have to call him several times, and even if you leave a message, he may or may not get back to you. He needs help, and then he told me, he said, I'm really reluctant about hiring help because sometimes I guess he's had problems in the past where they just don't do what they're supposed to do. And so he just likes to do it himself. But I'm going to prove that. Here's Wise Christian Channel again, FYI on monks. They can be Christian, Hinduism. I don't even know what these words are. Monks are not officially part of Islam or Judaism. You're welcome. I don't even know what I said. I must have said something about monks. I was probably joking around, and some people take it serious. So where would you go if God forbid if Sue passes away? Well, I'm not going to go anywhere quick and fast. I mean, if Sue passes away first, she knows that I'm moving. I'm not staying here. And it's for financial reasons, really. I lose all of her income. I don't get any of her Social Security or any of that. The only pension she got was very, very small pension from RCA because going back, there's a story here. Sue could explain it better than me. She had 25 years in at RCA. 30, she would have got her maximum RCA retirement pension. She had 25 years. About that time, she got sick. Then, because she reported they had their insurance at RCA knew what she was diagnosed with. Once they did that, they put a picture of her up at the guard shack. The guard would not let her come in the factory at all. At that point, she was barred. They were afraid something would happen in there and probably afraid she'd sue them or something. She just wanted to get her 5 years in to get that pension. Within the time she was getting treatments or trying to figure out what was the matter with her at that time, because it took years for doctors to actually figure it out, RCA sold to Thompson Consumer Electronics, I think it was out of France. That pension, and I don't know what happened, but somewhere along the line, the RCA pension went debunked. It's gone. Anybody that had their time in, it's gone. You don't get it. And then Thompson Consumer Electronics had nothing but a 401k, which is not a retirement plan, never has been. It's a before-tax savings plan. It's not a retirement plan. Big difference. And then they took Thompson Consumer, I think, and somehow sold it again, I think. And then they shut all the RCA factories down in Indiana, and they moved them to Mexico. And that's where they're at today. And they've divided things up, and I don't know who owns what anymore, but I can just tell you that after 25 years, her pension went south. Just gone. Nothing you can do. It's out of here. So I'll lose that income. And I could probably stay here for a little while, but basically I'm going to have to move because I won't be able to afford to pay the monthly fees. It'll take too much out of my out of my income. So where will I go? I don't know. It all depends on how I feel, I guess. I mean, hell, I might be in terrible physical shape. I don't know. Um, just knowing me, I might take some of these things in here I just have to keep and put them in storage for my oldest son, whatever, like my dad's grandfather clock. I'm not getting rid of that. So I might put it in storage, put some other stuff in storage and hang on to it and let him know where it is and all this and that in case something happens to me. And I might just take my motor home and just go moseying for years. I could do it. I've done stuff like that before. And I could just disappear, just live in the motorhome for a year or two or something like that until I decide what I want to do. I mean, you're asking me a question that I don't know. I don't know an answer. I mean, I don't think about that. I should, I suppose, but I don't. And Kathleen Reed, I think I come to the bottom of this is the last one. I'm subscribed on the Villages and watch all the time. All the time. And always give a thumbs up. Hit the like button sometime. That's what really counts. Now I found out I wasn't subscribed on my iPad, so I could make comments. You don't have to be subscribed on your iPad. If you're subscribed, it doesn't make no difference. iPad, telephone, computer, I have all that stuff too. My phone, it's all the same. Can't make comments on TV. Oh, TV. When they put TV in there, I think that's an abbreviation for the Villages. I read that wrong. I said can't make comments on TV. No, you can't. I can't make it on my TV either. It's just not available on your TV. I could make comments before on my iPad. Yeah, I can make comments on my iPad, but not now. Something changed. That could be. YouTube makes changes all the time. I don't know how it's affected your iPad because I have an iPad and I can make comments on my iPad. I mean, I'm just saying. Maybe others are having the same problem. Don't know much about how YouTube works. Love your idea, but I rarely get a chance to watch the live. Love the last Wednesday's night live. And she's commenting on the I did a live with WrestleMania actually, and I was asking you guys about your idea about doing an after the news kind of live chat for a while. When we do the news, if you got a problem, if you'd like to do news, maybe something and a light bulb went off going, hey, well, if that's true, then what about this? Those kind of things I thought I might do after the news. And let me just be honest with you. The after the news idea for me, looking at it, is a way of picking up a little bit of change. So I'm going to answer the questions that come along with a super chat first. I'm not saying it'll work. If it don't work, then I'm going to come up with something else. But that's the idea that I was thinking of. Am I getting greedy? I don't know. I'm just kind of coming up with ways of making as much money as I can. So next year, at the end of the year, if we do this Children's Wish next year, it'll be just more. Or maybe I can give away $500 prizes on WNL instead of $100 prizes. It's always something going on in my head about this. Okay, mentions. I have a couple of mentions. Who's mentioned me? Wise Christian Channel mentioned me on his channel. Robin Cavallero did a short, and somewhere in her short, she mentioned me on her channel. Papa Pineapples mentioned me on a post on one of his channels. So, yeah, these are all the little things you can go to. I very seldom ever do. So far this month, I have gained 191 subscribers. 101,000, actually 101,100 views. That's 34,000.7 more views than usual. Watch time hours is 16,000.9 thousand hours, 3.4 thousand more than usual. So yeah, my stuff is going up. It seems like everything is going up. But when I look at the what I consider to be the important stuff is the views. I just don't see it there. I just don't. Sorry. I mean, here's an example. Um, here's a video I done really quick because they called me. I had to do it really quick, so I didn't get a chance to edit it really, really good or anything. I just did quick and got it up. House for sale. Remember the house for sale? So far, that one has gotten 34,000 views. 34,000. The next best one is the news. And it's the news for November 25th, which would be what? About 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And it's 4,396 views. 34,000 down to 4,000. And then the next one after that, most popular, the news. And it was December the 9th, which would be last week. I think it's last week. So after 1 week, that one has gotten 4,295 views. The next most popular video is a short. This is where I got the idea to start doing my own shorts. We were having, I don't know, and I was making fun. They were having this big blizzard up in New York. Remember, they were getting like 7 feet of snow and stuff like that. And I just wanted to make fun of it a little bit, a little lightening up. And there again, I have this sense of humor that some people just don't get. So I went outside with my cell phone, and here it was windy and it was raining. It was like 75 and raining. So I went outside and said, "Oh my God, we had this huge storm. We're not going to survive." Thinking the guys in the snow belt up there would get it and just kind of laugh a little. Yeah. So anyway, that's what that was. It was a short. That one got so far 3,766 views. And actually, everything goes down from there. 3,700. The next one's 3,400. Next one's 34. Next one's 32. Next one's 32. Then 31. And then the port sitting, the last port sitting thing got 2,900. And here's where I'm getting at. Go up to the top one there, 34,000. And from that point, we dropped down to, on average, 3 to 4,000 per. Where's the other 30,000? Why? Somewhere I'm missing it. Somewhere I am missing what's going on. I'm not that smart at this thing. I'm just always trying to figure it out. And so anyway, I'm not complaining. I'm just trying to figure it out. Why can't I get 34 on every one of them or most of them? I don't know. I have no idea. And I've talked to a lot of other people, and they always offered all these suggestions. And trust me when I tell you, they don't know either. They don't know either. Anyway, that's what I'm working on. Okay, let me get back to your comments to see where you guys are at, and I think I'm going to get out of here. Been enough. Hi there. Hi, Joy. Hi, Hugo. Cindy saying hi. Joy saying hi. I'll see you Tuesday, Joy. WrestleMania. I got to get going, everyone. Hopefully, I will see all of you on W Now. Me too. Like age spots, they just show up. Ain't that the truth? They just show up. You sitting there watching TV one day, scratching your arm. You just look down and go, "What the hell is that?" Right? I don't know if you can see. They call them lines. Look here. Do you see these little vein lines here? Show up. What is that? I don't know. There it is there. I don't know. Getting old, man, it just sucks. I always tell people, if I had one thing to tell you, as far as advice, don't get old. I see what you mean about going live on Patreon is a little confusing. Yeah, I asked him to try to figure that out for me. I want to go live like I'm doing the YouTube members only. I want to go live on Patreon only for the Patreon members. I really do. I really want to figure that. I know you can, but God, it's such a complicated thing. And it shouldn't be, but it is. I think they make it so complicated there because they don't want YouTube to be able to compete with them or something. I don't know, but damn it. I'm sorry. It's a little confusing for the first time, probably easy once you do it. Yeah, once I do it once, then I'll kind of know what I'm doing for the first time, but I would also be nervous about it. I am nervous about it. I've tried to go live on Patreon 3 or 4 or 5 times now, and I don't know. I mean, I think I'm like halfway getting there because sometimes I'll get a comment saying, I see you're on Patreon, but I don't see your face. And I can't get the camera to, I don't know. I really wish I knew how. I've been to YouTube. I've tried to check it out. Every YouTube video that shows you how to go live on Patreon, look at the age of it. It's a 7-year-old video. Patreon has changed things a lot in 7 years. Afternoon visit, call Sue to bring home supper. Actually, I think I heard her out there in the kitchen. See, I installed that dishwasher while she's gone. That way she's not staring over my shoulder. Ask your husband about that. They're working around the house trying to get some things done that you want done, and you're standing there looking at them, watching them, thinking, wait, why are you doing that? Well, can I help? Want me to hold that for you? And in his mind, he's thinking, just go shopping. Just go. Leave me alone. Am I right? Guys, I hear women out there now going, well, I don't like that at all. I'm unsubscribing. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. Nice talking to everybody. We'll do these live members only. How many do we have? I got 11 on here now. Is that top 11? I don't know if that was top or not. Oh, somebody just took a thumbs up away. I see. I struck somebody's nerve by saying something about women standing there. Made them mad, so they took a thumbs down and took the thumbs up away. That's how it goes. Just like that. All right. I'll talk to you guys again some other time. Oh, there it is. There's the end button. And I'll see you Wednesday at Port Sutton. We always do a Port Sutton before we go to WNL. And hopefully everything works out. There's a lot to do. I got interviews Monday. I got to do systems checks Monday. Yeah. It's getting down to the nitty gritty. Oh, it's down to 10. They keep taking the thumbs away from me. What's going on there? You guys doing that to piss me off? Put them back up there. Put them thumbs up back up there. Gee, I see videos where people are getting 10,000 thumbs up and I have to struggle to get 10. All right. See y'all later.